This video is brought to you by RogueDeckBuilder.com. Purchase a playmat today and help us make the move to our new studio. We have over 10 playmats to choose from. Visit RogueDeckBuilder.com. Hi there, it's Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com. Here with a little bit of a channel update and a little bit of announcement. We just recently finished the top 10 list of cards that I am going to miss post-rotation. I have a link in the description that you can actually go check out that series. I spent a lot of time on that and it was really fun to do. I am going to miss those cards terribly, but I am so looking forward to more cons of Tarkir brews in both the block format and in the standard formats and see how it can shake up Modern. I actually have some Modern brews I've been messing around with as well. But I'm going to make a little bit of a channel announcement for new contests coming up. But first, I want to show you something that we've worked. I had a friend of mine actually do this, and we're trying to decide what we want to do with it. I kind of want to raffle it off. I kind of want to have it be an auction possibly. And I love this so much, so I just might keep it in the store. So until I figure out exactly what we're going to do with it, I just wanted to show it to you first. So I'm going to go grab that here and show you this bad boy. So here it is. This is the top 10 of 2014. These are foil copies of all the cards I chose. So there you can see that. Oh, the glare is terrible. Sorry about that glare. But it's got all of the cards that I picked from the top 10 cards that are rotating out of standard. Nice little frame. Big shout out to my friend Zach for actually making this. Beautiful frame. He's got it framed. Again, these are foil copies. There's the foil Domri. There is a foil Master Biomancer, a Dust Metal Seer, Unexpected Results, etc., etc. from the top 10 list. So if that's something you guys are interested in, let me know. I might give it away, I might auction it away, I might raffle it away, or I kind of want to keep it in the store just as my own memorabilia. But anywho, that's just a little quick update about that. All right, so we got the camera focusing. I apologize that. The second thing I want to announce is we have a little. It's going to go into a bigger competition. We're going to bring back the Rogue Deck of the Month competition, but we are still trying to figure out the groundwork to how we're going to host that. So in the meantime, I'm going to host a challenge. So this is the Rogue monthly challenge. It's going to be a card challenge. We tried to do it in the past, but this time I'm fully going to support it. This is going to be, it's going to go on for between 2 weeks and a month with, I'm going to choose a card. We're all going to brew around it, and the person that actually does the best with the deck is going to win prize. So I think I'm going to put a little bit of benchmarks. If you're actually able to do these, you will get a prize. So I'm going to give the main prize out if you can 4-0 or 3-1. Whoever can have the best standard daily finish with this particular card will get a prize. And then if you can take this deck to your F&M and do well and write up a tournament report with it, and if you could get somehow to prove they actually ran this deck at your F&M, and you can do a video, you can do if you have a blog, you can post on your blog. If you do a deck tech on like tappedout.com, I'll accept that. But also you'll have a way to submit this to me, submit your list, and we're going to brew around a singular card. So we're going to pick a card. At least 3 of these will have to be in your deck. And the card I'm choosing for this month is Underworld Cerberus. Underworld Cerberus, I think, is a very underrated card. I've played it in a Mardu mid-range deck with Generator Servants and Butchers and Blood-Soaked Champions, and you just got a lot of value out of the Underworld Cerberus. If it did happen to die, there are usually plenty of things in your graveyard that you can get back. And the coolest thing about Butcher plus Underworld Cerberus is you actually have a nice little sack outlet for the Underworld Cerberus. And the list that I ran like Anger of God, Silence of Believers, Banishing Lights, Utterance, things that exiled your opponent's creatures, so there's no way they're getting them back with the if the Underworld Cerberus happens to die. So I'm still going to mess around with that deck. I'm thinking that Underworld Cerberus is well positioned in the metagame, especially against the like blue and black control. I think that if they use a lot of early removal, killing your early stuff, and then you drop an Underworld Cerberus and they kill that, that just puts you right back in the game versus the blue-black control. So I'm definitely looking forward to brewing on Underworld Cerberus again, and I'm extending this to you guys. If you can 4-0, I'll see it right now. You can 4-0 a standard daily. I'll just I'll just pull the prize pack or the prize support out right now. You get a fat pack of Khans of Tarkir. That's a $40 value, a whole fat pack of Khans of Tarkir if you can 4-0 with your Underworld Cerberus Rogue deck. Now, if you 3-1, we'll have to figure out another prize for a 3-1 finish in the standard daily. So how you do this, though, is you'll have to message me on MTGO with your username and then show me a screenshot on like Goldfish that it did indeed 4-0. I apologize that some of your results might not end up on Goldfish. I don't know how many they actually publish or exactly how Goldfish, mtggoldfish.com actually gets its data. But if you can show up as a 3-1 finish or a 4-0 finish in any one of those standard dailies or premieres, then I will give you a fat pack. Again, this has to be with between 3 to 4 Underworld Cerberuses. Now, if you take this to your local F&M and write up a tournament report, I am going to give another prize out to the person with the most creative deck tech or the best finish. We'll decide on which one gets crowned. The Rogue deck Master Brewer. I'm going to have playmats made for these two. They actually look pretty sweet. And this will kind of lead into our Rogue Deck of the Month competition where you're going to be able to submit your own Rogue decks. I'm going to post them up on, this is going to be hosted through shatterpaws.com. So we're going to host it over at Shatterpaws, the new kind of mothership where there's a bunch of us that are banded together to make a website that's all Magic the Gathering related. So we're going to have, I'm not going to announce who else is on the site right now, but you can go check out shatterpaws.com. My good friend Corey Huber is kind of managing the site, and they graciously invited me to join it. So again, there's going to be more than just me at Shatterpaws. There's going to be a number of different content producers and podcasts and whatnot over at shatterpaws.com. So anyway, the Rogue Deck of the Month will be hosted over there once we get all the details ground out. I'm planning on doing a high production trailer for it, where it's going to look pretty sweet. So we're gonna spend a little bit of revenue on or a little bit of ad money to actually promote it on YouTube and other sites, so we can get more like-minded people actually in the Rogue Deck community actually brewing decks. Again, I'm not against net decking. I'm not against spike players. I get criticized sometimes for not liking the whole competitive tournament scene because it becomes too stale. I just am a huge fan of innovation. I'm a huge fan of creativity, and sometimes I'm thinking that Magic the Gathering is underrepresented in those areas, that people get the temptation of turning to a net deck becomes too great for a lot of people and they just go there. I think that it happens in some formats. Like last standard, I believe the format was solved, quote unquote solved, that we had mono black, mono blue, and like Jund Planeswalkers and Boros Burn, and the format was really solved. You really couldn't find a better deck. A better deck did not exist out there during this last Return to Ravnica Theros block. Well, I do not believe that was the case during Return to Ravnica Theros. I think even till the very last second, there were new deck ideas that were taking over the entire scene. We had that Desecration Demon, it was called Green Black Rock. They really only existed for the last few weeks of the standard season. That was just completely taking over I think it kind of led into the whole Mono Black Devotion, because Mono Black Devotion actually ran very similar to Black Green Rock at the time. And there was just a ton of innovation, ton of creativity, and a ton of options open during Return to Ravnica Theros. And I know that the past formats before that even were a bit solved with Delver's Secrets and Cobblade and whatnot. But I think that there's still a lot of room for innovation and creativity. I'm a huge fan of Conley Woods. I think if he net decked, if he really tested with a team and stuck with the team deck and yada yada yada, he would do a lot better at Pro Tours and whatnot. But most of his finishes he's done quite well were his little brews, and I think that he feels more comfortable playing his own little creations and brews, and it has been proven that a player like that of that caliber can do quite well in the Grand Prix and Pro Tour circuit. So big shout out to Conley Woods for that. And then it's not, I don't want to get into the net decking mentality of bashing it, because there's a reason why there are net decks. There are, these decks are completed, they are ready to go, they've been tested to death. But I think that if some of my Rogue brews would have been tested as much as some of these other tier 1 decks, I think that you would actually see a lot of top finishes in Grand Prix and dailies and whatnot. So kudos to the innovators out there, kudos to the creators out there. You play a very pivotal part in the Magic the Gathering metagame, and I think if we can get more of us, so we can even shake up Magic that much more. So Anywho, I'm looking forward to the Rogue Deck of the Month competition. Again, I'm not quite decided what we're going to do with the top 10 foiled framed cards from my top 10 list. Let me know what you guys think we should do with it. If you want me to keep it in my little studio, if you want me to give it out to the best fan. But in the meantime, let me know what your favorite of the cards of those video series of my top 10. I appreciate like comments, likes, shares. That really helps out the channel. Some of you are like, how can I help support the channel? But I don't have any, money to buy a playmat or donate or whatever. That's the second best way to do so, is just share with your friends. Just completely spam the internet with your favorite videos and whatnot. And it helps other people get in, or the word out there that the Rogue Deck Builder brand exists, and then they can come check it out, and then more the merrier. So anywho, this is just my little update here. I've got a sleeping puppy. She's getting huge. There's Chloe. She's tired. She doesn't want to. She's been on a run. So anyway, looking forward to hearing your guys' thoughts about the competitions, upcoming competitions. What do you think of Khans of Tarkir and the top 10 list and whatnot? Thanks, guys. See you later.